Welcome, everybody. The Iceman here on the Jeffrey Rose Iceman V2013 YouTube channel here on this Friday. And yeah, I'm back. And yeah, I'm on this teetering line of babyface and heel here on YouTube at this point in time. And the reason being, it's a good reason, okay? Um, I've been watching a lot of the Google Hangouts and whatnot, and I want to say this. I want to put this out there. Dark Horse TV Elite started the Hangouts to try to mend fences with people, to band everybody together. And yeah, it started off, it went well. And then there was a lot of controversy going on throughout these Hangouts that, there was a little bit of ego involved, and where people just wanted to ramble on, ramble on, ramble on, and not give other people a chance. And in these Hangouts, you had big YouTubers like WJ, Andre Corbeil on there, Sean's View Entertainment. And the funny part about it is, these big guys weren't the guys that were taking up the time on the Hangouts. It was the littler guys that try to get themselves involved, and honestly, to be quite frank with you, it was to make a name for themselves. And then, of course, Bringer of Rain 13, DCA, they've had their hangouts, but they've started to really emerge as of late. And Bringer of Rain is a very good moderator, just like Dark Horse was. Bringer of Rain takes no shit from nobody, and I like that. I've been invited to many of his shows. I'm told I can always attend any show. I have attended a few. I enjoy them. The guests he's had on there are great guys. And nobody there, when I've been on, nobody there really has that ego. And that is what I love about that whole situation. But then you have the shows, again, where, Bringer of Rain had Andre on there, and you had a bunch of other guests as well. And it's like everybody's fighting for time to, get their 2 cents in. And what is it really all about? Is it really just to be on this hangout and enjoy the conversation? Or is it really to be on this hangout to get your 2 cents out there to make yourself known on YouTube? Now, I've stated to Bringer of Rain on many occasions, and on Facebook as well. We converse a lot. This isn't my goal. I like to sit back. I like to watch the Hangouts. It's easier that way because you can sit back and you can really, take it all in. Whereas when you're on the Hangout and you're listening to everybody else try to cut everybody off, you don't really get the whole gist of stuff. But when you're sitting back and you're relaxed and you're going like this and oh, that's cool, and you're listening, everything just sinks in. And this is part of the problem with the Hangouts. There are guys like WJ, there's guys like Sean's View Entertainment, there's guys like Dark Horse TV Elite, there's guys like Andre Corbeil. They don't need to make a name for themselves. They're cool. They're there to help everybody else out. But the other guys, just like, they just want to be, in the front. They want to be front stage. Now, like I said, with Bringer of Rain's Hangouts, he's had Scott Casey Gale on there, Ian McAuliffe on there, Wrestling Brainy on there, Michael Miner on there, Leon Calavera on there, and his partner from DCA, Death Clock Armageddon. These guys aren't here for that. They're here just to get into a hangout and have a good conversation. And this is what I like about it. That's why I get involved in a hangout, to get involved in a good conversation. I'm not there in a hangout to get my name out there. Everybody knows who I am. And regardless whether you like me or you hate me, I don't care. I don't care. I have my own opinions. And those opinions that I have aren't going to change by being in one hangout. That's the bottom line. But I do join the hangouts to be a part of the conversation, not to be a part of the ego frenzy which is put out there. And, that's just how I am. There's a lot of us that have been around here for a long time. We don't care about the ego. We just don't care. We're in there to converse with other YouTubers, have a great time, talk about whatever topics that are available or whatever topics anybody wants to talk about. It's not like trying to get your time in and trying to cut somebody else off to get your voice heard. Bottom line. And it's not because Stone Cold said so. But yeah, so I'm making this video just to put this out there. Hangouts are fun when they are done in the proper way. I mean, they can start off in the right way to get people into a good conversation, but then you get these other people that want to get their names heard, of course, or they want to get everybody to see that they're in this hangout, and they want everybody to see what they got to say. And then when these guys come in, I have seen so many times in Bringer of Reigns 13's hangouts where is the original guys that he's on there with are left sitting aside because of all the other guests that come on, and they control the show. And that's not what it's supposed to be about. It's not about who you are. It's not about that you want to get yourself out there here on YouTube. It's about being in a conversation with a bunch of good friends. It's about being in a conversation and not thinking about who's watching, not thinking about, oh, am I going to get more subscribers? Not thinking about, is somebody going to thumbs me up? It's not what it's all about. It's about being here on YouTube in a conversation, in a hangout with good friends. That's the bottom line. That's why, in many instances, I sit here, I sit back, I watch Bringer of Reign 13's hangouts. I could join anytime I want. But I sit back and I watch and I see what goes on. I see the people that they are the attention whores. Everybody else does as well. You will see me in another Bringer of Reign 13's hangout very, very soon. Because Will is a good friend of mine, and he conducts a hangout in the proper way. He's not there to promote himself. He's there, just like I said, he's there to get in conversations with his friends. But it does get out of hand. He knows that as well as I do. It is what it is. It's YouTube, right? We all know that. It's Friday. Peace out. No wrestling tonight, right? Good night for a hangout. See y'all later.